Hello there, how are you? My name's Electric Johnny Hat. I'm on Electric Johnny Hat 2, but I've just changed it back over to Electric Johnny Hat because I lost my channel, my main channel. Got a third strike. I was on 2 strikes that never seemed to go away. I got 1 strike near on a year and a half ago for talking about 9/11. Got a strike for that. That strike never went away, so that strike stayed there the whole time. Recently, over the last couple of months, I got another strike for talking about the COVID, even though everyone's going against it now. But that was the 2nd strike, and I got a 3rd strike when I basically mirrored a guy's video, dropped his name, his channel, put the link in the description of his channel, mentioned his channel, his name and all that, and he still strikes me. Got me a 3rd strike. He didn't know it was a 3rd strike, but that was a 3rd strike, and yeah, that's it. I lost my channel. So you know, apologies to the guy. I mean, I did drop your name, which I've said to you. I did make this public in your comment section. CC, this is CC. Yeah, I made it public in the comment section, let him know what was going on. But he was dead set about me not getting my channel back, so he left a strike there, which means the channel weren't coming back. So that's life. That's life. Not too bad. I've only lost 1 channel in the 3 years I've been on. I know there's people out there that lost multiple channels and still carried on. So, you know, I've sort of sat back and kicked back and decided what I'm going to do. Still not really sure whether it's worth carrying on with the truth movement. But I don't know, I'm still thinking about it, you know. But there's, you know, apart from the truth movement, there is still a hell of a lot of things to talk about regarding science. I mean, CERN is being turned on. CERN is going to be turned on tomorrow. They haven't done that for a long time. Allegedly, it caused, well, it turned everything up, reality all up in the air last time. A lot of people put it down to the Mandela effect, which I personally don't believe in. I don't believe in any of that. I think CERN is opening up portals like they originally said they were doing. I do believe that's what they're doing. But they won't tell you how they're doing it, because what the way they're saying they're doing it is the particles are spinning particles. But I don't believe that's what's going on at all. I believe that they are using CERN. Well, they're using Tesla coil generators, but CERN is just one huge Tesla coil generator. And what these Tesla coil generators are used for is for slicing into the ether, so opening a doorway in the ether, so extracting from the ether. But what they're doing is, where people extract from the ether, what they're doing is they're pushing, well, they're opening up the doorway in the ether, so now they're trying to get dimensions to come through. You know, it's like I said before, well, I can't even say that because people might not have watched my last channel, but we can push through light into the ether. Pushing light into the ether is one thing, but extracting dimensional light out of the ether, that's a totally different thing. And that's what I believe CERN are doing anyway. That's what I believe CERN are doing. Spinning particles, I don't believe a fucking word of it. Spinning coil generators that would go super fast to create magnetic fields to then open up the ether. That is what they're doing. And you know, I've on my last channel, I showed multiple videos of Tesla coil generators being used, and the ether. You can see the doorway opening in the ether. And when I say a doorway, it's like a slit in an ether. Because remember, the ether isn't tangible. The ether is only tangible once you've opened it up, or once you've extracted from the ether to produce something that is tangible. So, spinning generators to create this doorway of opening up. And like I say, it's not tangible, so you're basically, well, what it is, it's an empty space around us. Everything, because it's a quintessence, it's the ether, which is all, it's just basically all around us, you know, but you can open up little sort of gaps I know it sounds weird because there's nothing there, there's nothing tangible to see. But once they do open up the ether, then you can see. Once you extract electricity from the ether, you can see. Consciousness going through the ether, which is not another tangible theory, is still the same thing. It's travelling in the ether. They still deny the ether. Now, this is why I think they're mentioning spinning particles rather than Tesla coil generators, because that way, if they started mentioning Tesla coil generators, CERN or the people in charge of CERN, then they won't be denying the ether anymore. Remember, they deny the ether. It's not that they don't believe in it. Of course, they believe in it, but they don't want us lot to know that. You know. So yeah, they don't want you to know that. So they want you to think that they're spinning particles, which is absolute rubbish. I don't believe a word of it. Absolute nonsense. Spinning generators, creating a tangible, physical look on the ether as light can go transcend in, or light extracting out. Still transcendence. Backwards and forwards on a transcendence. That's what I believe CERN's doing. So yeah, that's good. So that's being turned on tomorrow. Obviously they're going to be having rituals, like they always have these rituals, or like opening, more, put it another way, opening ceremonies. So the last time when they opened up CERN, they had these ceremonies, which was worshipping Cernunnos, which is the horned god, Cernunnos, and CERN is in the word Cernunnos, CERN for short, CERN, and Cernunnos meaning the horned god, but CERN is in there. The word CERN is in the word Cernunnos, which is a horned god, which is what their rituals is all about. You know, they believe in dark forces and stuff like that. Probably because they know what's coming in and out of the ether anyway, the dimensional things, yeah. So I've been thinking about this, just using my crazy open brain, like I always do. So I've been thinking about this, and I think that or should I say, I'm starting to think. Don't know anything for sure, of course I don't. It's just what I think with my research and the way I see things are going with CERN and that, you know. Oh God. Oh God. So, sorry, I just had to think about that, right. So I think there's probably going to be, doesn't sound right at all, does it? I think there's only one dimension. I'm not talking about the physical dimension we're in, I'm talking about this other dimension. The same dimension as when you open up the ether and drag in dimensional beings, light beings. I believe this is just one dimension. I believe it's the same dimension as when you lock in, when you take DMT or ayahuasca or anything DMT based, that we know that will open up the third eye completely 100%. I believe those beings, when you take DMT, you see these light beings, they come and try to interact with you, to try and talk to you. I believe those are the same dimensional light beings as what CERN is dragging from the ether. I believe that every ghost, every spirit, or every consciousness being on, which was not on this, or whether it's on this one or on the next one, are sharing the same reality. When you go to sleep at night, and we sleep and we go dreaming, dimensional dreaming, I believe that is exactly the same dimension as when taking DMT, exactly as when opening up the ether. I think these are all the same dimension. I believe there's just, it seems to be, I'm saying this that it's only one dimension on the other side. So you've got this dimension, the consciousness is in this physical dimension, so we have a consciousness and our physical body. But I believe on the other dimension is where the spirit of the consciousness of this dimension can go over and transcend into the other dimension. And I think hypnotising and all that's got a lot to do with it as well. It all comes in the same similar lines. So where before thinking about multiple dimensions, or should we say what CERN are doing, or what Tesla coil generators are doing, what electrical engineers, when they use them as well, Tesla coil generators, I reckon they're all using the same or transcending onto the same dimension. I think it's all the same dimension. I really do. So when you sleep, you go into that dimension. When you take DMT, the dimension comes to you, or you go into that dimension. When you sleep, when you take DMT, when CERN open up the ether, you know, all the same dimension. Plasma beings in the atmosphere, plasma lights, I believe it's all the same. I believe it's all the consciousness. So consciousness on the physical body, so 2, meat suit, body, consciousness, soul, physical, light, spirit. The second thing, you die, you jump into the next dimension. But what CERN are doing, what Tesla, I can't think of bloody words, what electrical engineers are doing, they're all doing exactly the same thing by extracting the same light beings. Plasma, I believe it's all the same. Plasma, things that are moving around in the atmosphere, like we're having our own bodies, the micro to macro. I believe the plasma lights that come down, that move in multiples. Ball lightning, I believe this is all the same dimension. All the same dimension. The dreaming dimension, the DMT dimension, and all these other dimensions that I've been saying, like, you know, what electrical engineers are extracting through plasma, or can be done through plasma, or Tesla coil generators as well. I believe it's all the same thing. I believe there's one dimension this side. So when you pass, you jump into that dimension, because your spirit and your soul, I believe, are the same thing, that are coming out and just jumping straight in to that next dimension. But CERN have learned how to do this on a huge, major scale. Like I said, a major, huge scale, a macro scale. So they know a lot more than what we know, of course. And that's what that thing was built for in the first place, I believe, anyway. You know. So CERN, anyway, so my original point, CERN is being turned on tomorrow. The Mandela effect and all this have got thrown up in the air. Like I said at the start of this talk, I don't personally believe in the Mandela effect. I just don't. I believe it's a ruse for something else that's going on. I don't think you can change timelines. I believe that you can open up the ether and you can extract and transcend light beings. Plasma can be done the same way also for electrical engineering. I believe these are all the same light beings that all live on the same dimension. People that die, people that pass, I believe go into that same dimension. But that just correlates with what I'm saying anyway, with your meat suit being you and your consciousness. When you die, your consciousness jumps over. So your spirit jumps over, your soul jumps over. This is what I believe. So yeah, what's going to be coming after this one? Because, I mean, there's no denying that things have got really messed up through synchronicities and stuff like that, which could be down to CERN, which probably is down to CERN, because they're messing around with light beings or dimensional beings. But I don't believe in the Mandela effect. I don't believe timelines can be changed. I don't believe that one time that this was called Jiff and this was called Jiffy. Bullshit. It's complete rubbish. I don't believe a word of that. I don't believe in fairy tales. I just don't. Just don't. So let's see what happens the next time. It should be quite interesting. Because if this, the last time, caused all these synchronicities and a lot of other stuff that's been going on, not the Mandela effect, then what else could happen next time? Whatever's going on, whatever their plans are, is being executed at this present time. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what happens. My name's Electric Johnny Hat. Thank you for listening. I'm over here starting again. I've got 19 subscribers on here. Appreciate all the 19 subscribers. Thank you very much. And I basically got to start again. I had pretty much 500, but they're all gone now because I'm not getting that channel back. But like I said, I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not that kind of guy. All the information that I've put out in my videos, they've already gone out anyway. A lot of people have seen these anyway. So I'd like to think people are talking about this, the kind of things that I talk about anyway, which I've always said I seem to be the first one to be talking about these kind of things, and then everyone else seems to jump on board as well, which is good. So nothing that I do. Thank you very much. Starting again, like I said, starting again. I don't know how far I'm going to be going in with the truth movement, because to be honest with you, I've pretty much had enough of the truth movement. But CERN is true. It's the truth. This is true. Do you know what I mean? It's no 50-50 on the truth movement here. This is real. CERN is real. The ether is real. No matter how much they keep fucking denying it, the ether is real. And this is why they don't talk about the Tesla coil generators and what they can do, i.e. splitting a door in the ether to extract and transcend. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon. One love.